Hello everybody. For the first problem, we need to find the radius, excuse me, the diameter and the circumference for our radius. For our radius, we have 13.9. So with that, we can use that to find our diameter. So we take 13.9 and we times that by 2 to equal 27.8. So that means that our diameter equals 27.8. Next, we need to find our circumference. So we take pi times diameter. And since the diameter equals 27.8, we can take 27.8 times pi, which means that the circumference equals 87.33. So for problem 1, we have diameter of 27.8 and circumference of 87.33. Okay, for problem 2, we need to find the radius and circumference, and we know that the diameter is 22.3. So first of all, we have to find the radius, and we know that the equation to find the radius is you take half of the diameter. So we take radius equals a half times 22.3, which is the diameter, which means our radius equals 11.15. Next, we can find our circumference, and we can do that by taking pi times the diameter. And since we know the diameter is 22.3, we times that by pi, and we get the circumference equals 70.057. So now we have a radius equals 11.15, and our circumference equals 70.057. Hello. For number 3, we need to find the exact circumference of the circle. And since to find the circumference, we need to know the diameter. And since we do not know that, we have to find it. And since we have a right triangle, and we have two side lengths, and we are missing the hypotenuse, we can use the Pythagorean theorem, which means that we can set it up as a squared plus b squared equals c squared, and c represents the missing diameter. So 4 squared plus 3 squared equals c squared. And when you square them, you get 16 plus 9 equals c squared, which means 25 equals c squared, square root both sides, and you get 5 equals c. So the diameter equals 5. And since we know the circumference equation equals pi times diameter, we can take 5 pi equals circumference, and we just leave it at that because we have to find the exact circumference, and since if we'd have to round if we times it, so we just leave it as 5 pi. Hello? For number 4, we have an error on the video, but we'll just go on with how you actually would do it. So as you can see, you said the Pythagorean theorem, like shown, to find the diameter, to find the circumference, except the difference between the right way and the way on the video is that you do not square root 288. So we'll just continue on, and we get the 144 plus 144 equals c squared. And then you just have to reduce 288 squared to get 12 square roots of 2. And then to find the circumference, your final answer is actually 12 square root of 2 times pi. So your final answer would be 12 square root of pi, 12 square root of 2 pi. Okay. Hello, everybody. Here I am again. So, we can draw a picture for our question as a CD has a diameter of about 116 millimeters. We have to find the circumference of the CD. So, we have to draw the picture out, and then we have to put 116 as the diameter of the CD. So, since circumference equals pi times diameter, that means we just take 116 times pi equals our circumference. So circumference equals 364.424, which means our final answer is 364.424 millimeters. Hello, everybody. For number 6, we need to find the circumference. So with that, we have a radius of 6.3. So we know the circumference equation equals 2 pi times the radius. So that means we just plug our numbers into the equation, which means that 2 times pi times 6.3 is the equation. So we take that, punch into the calculator, and we have circumference equals 39.58. That means our final answer is 39.58. Alright, for 6b, we have a radius, and we have to find the radius, and we have a circle with a circumference of 87. We know that to find the radius, we need to divide the circumference by 2 pi, because we have the equation that we have that to get the circumference, we take 2 times pi times the radius, and to find the radius, we have to divide 2 pi and divide 87 divided by 2 pi. Okay.